Transparency requirements feature very prominently in current regulatory approaches to facilitate the transition towards sustainable businesses. At the same time, we have little information about what specifically firms will be required to report, how they will interpret standardized reporting requirements, such as those on the European Sustainability Reporting Standards, what their peers are going to report, and how best practices in ESG reporting will evolve. And in order to inform that debate, we have created a neutral, open science-based platform, which we hope will serve as a reference point for sustainability reporting and will serve as a focal point of information for reporting firms and their stakeholders, where they can learn about the specific reporting requirements under different standardized frameworks, such as the IFRS, SDS, or the ESRS, where they can check what their peers are actually reporting, how current sustainability reporting practices already look like, and where they can also gather information about different stakeholders' preferences for the various informational items that firms will be required to disclose.
So the Sustainability Reporting Navigator includes a very central part, and this is the SRN Data Points. We're listing the requirements of different standards, and what we try to do here is very detailedly break down the important requirements from ESRS and IFRS into very manageable atomistic data points, so firms and also stakeholders can see what exactly firms have to report in the upcoming future. And so what we include on our website is a clickable table where you can really compare what is in one standard and the other. And we think this really helps to bring in regulatory transparency.
Another aspect we try to cover with the Sustainability Reporting Navigator are stakeholder preferences, because regulators suggest that there's an information gap between the supply of sustainability information and the demand for sustainability information, yet we are not quite sure what the demand for sustainability information really is. So we do this by two different approaches. One is conducting surveys with students regarding their disclosure preference regarding greenhouse gas emissions. And in a second approach, we try to find the overlap between what information rating, ESG rating providers use, and what information will need to be disclosed by companies in accordance with the European Sustainability Reporting Standards to try to capture two different views on ESG information. So what stakeholders really want and need.
So one of the main things we want to achieve with the Sustainability Reporting Navigator is a benchmarking approach. So companies can look into peers and see how they perform or on which topic they find material and compare this with the materiality assessment of their own. We started with a large sample of European Stock 600 firms and focus for the beginning on the emission targets, emission metrics, so ESS E1. And we are planning or we're spreading that out to the social standards and governance standards. So we include in emission targets or social standards and governance standards to give a more broadly perspective for companies to look into and compare to other peers.